guys, welcome to the Black Sheep in Recovery, the YouTube channel where I tell my story to help you process yours. To all my subscribers, it's great to see you again. I hope you're well. I've got the hat on today because we're still in quarantine and it's a bad headache. Bad. So just a disclaimer, this channel is about me processing things that have happened to me in the last couple of years. I'm not a therapist in any way. I can only give you advice like a friend would give you advice. It's not clinical advice at all. The idea of this channel is to is for me to share my story and for you to share yours too. And hopefully we can come out at the end of this and we can come out stronger, healthier, happier people. So if you haven't subscribed, then click the link below and subscribe to the videos. 2 are released per week. Today's video is about how having my own business really has affected my mental health and my happiness. I've always been quite a motivated person. I always thought that I had this little fantasy of having a business and thinking it would be really cool, thinking it would be a fairly easy process. And luckily I'm quite good at getting things off the ground and making things happen. But the realities of having my own business, especially a business in a different country with a different language, has been hard. It has been so difficult. And it's not the fairy tale that everyone on YouTube makes it out to be. You have to put in the work, you have to put in the grind. So the first way having my own business has affected my mental health is the lack of time. I have had no time to myself, barely, in the last 2 years. All of my spare time has been taken up in teaching myself how to start a new CRM or how to upgrade to a certain website or how to do SEO, or it's just all of my energy has gone into my business, and it has almost, well, I'm not saying almost, it has literally taken up my whole entire life over the past 2 years. I haven't had a holiday. I don't have weekends. Sometimes I work 7 days a week. And it's hard as fuck. It's hard work. And I know that people look at me and think it looks easy. They don't realise the hard work that goes in behind closed doors. They don't realise the sacrifices that you have to make to have your own business. I can't go to that party anymore. I can't go just away for the weekend anymore, because I don't have the time to do it. I need things for the business need doing, and they need doing now. They can't be done next week. They can't be done next month. They have to be done now. Otherwise, next month I'm in an even bigger predicament because there's even more that needs to be done. It's a struggle. It's a struggle to keep on top of things when you don't have the funds behind you to outsource. It's a struggle when you do hire people to do a job for you, such as accountants, and they don't perform in the way that they should be performing. It's a struggle to keep on top of everything that you need to keep on top of as a small business owner. You have to be everything to everyone. You have to know about money, you have to know about web design, you have to know about SEO, you have to know about sales, you have to know about marketing. You have to know about everything, and it's not easy. The second reason why my business has affected my mental health is that I am unfortunately a people pleaser, which is something that I am genuinely having to work on. As a boss, you can't be a people pleaser, because as I have learnt, people are out there to take advantage of you. I have found that being a people pleaser, it's been a struggle for me to make people do the job that I've hired them to do. It's been very difficult for me to stop being empathic and stop caring about other people's situation, because no one's cared about my situation. No one's cared that I've had to work from 8 a.m. in the morning to 2 o'clock at night, 7 days a week. I really have had to learn to say no to people, to say, or not even saying no, it's telling people that they have a job to do, that you have to complete this, that it has to be done on time, and it has to be done well. The third way my business has affected my mental health has been overworking, has been not making time for myself, has been not been investing in myself and just investing in the business. I've left myself behind far too many times over the past 2 years, and I haven't done things to make me happy, which in turn has resulted in me not really being as successful on the job as I should be. My lesson that I've had to take from the last 2 years is that I do need a work-life balance, is that I do need to make sure that I'm investing in myself, is that I do need to make sure that I have that I take holiday, and at least 5 days to 7 days of that holiday has no contact with work. Because I literally can't remember the last holiday I have taken where I've had no work. So overworking has been an issue for me. I need to make sure that I set time for work, so I set certain work hours, and I set time for my personal life. So if you're going into business on your own, my advice is to make sure you remember you remember that you are separate from your business, that you and your business are not totally entwined. Should your business fail, that is not a failure of you. It's a learning situation, and you can take the positives out of that. I'm not sure whether I've been afraid of my business failing, or whether it's because I have staff that I would feel guilty for having to let them go. I don't know. I'm still trying to work out that whole dynamic in my head as much as I possibly can. Stress. We all deal with it. We all have to cope with it, some more than others, but oh my God, is it a difficult element to manage. Stress can change your personality. It definitely has changed me for the worse. When I'm not stressed, I'm quite a happy-go-lucky kind of person. But when I am stressed, it turns me into a bit of it turns me into a monster. I'm not a very nice person to be around. I get angry, I get frustrated, I get annoyed at people. All because I'm super stressed because of my work situation, and I take it out on people that I shouldn't really be taking out on. And it also affects me in my ability to make new connections with people, because I'm not in a great place. I'm not in a happy-go-lucky place. And I know, I can feel that people feel that energy from me, and I can feel that it's off-putting. And all of this comes from being stressed from having my own business and not managing to have a work time and a me time. The 4 elements that I just mentioned as to how my business has affected my mental health pretty much result in burnout. The chronic stress, chronic pressures, chronic fatigue, just results in a imbalance in your body and your mind, and you become unable to function properly. I know at the height of my burnout, where I was under incredible amount of stress at work, I literally couldn't even get up from my desk to make myself a cup of tea or a cup of coffee. I did not have the time to break away from my computer in order to do that. I mean, so many times I just didn't eat. From the time I got to work to the time that I left, I didn't eat anything. I didn't barely drank anything unless someone gave it to me. Then I wouldn't go out. I wouldn't have the time to go and fetch it myself. That all results in a really bad situation for my mental health and my physical health, and it results in burnout. You behave in ways that you didn't realise that you were capable of behaving in. Relationships go to pot because you just you can't manage them anymore. You can't cope with just little things anymore. Just someone's little negative character trait that you used to just kind of let run off your shoulders now becomes a huge issue, and more often than not you will find that that relationships have a lot of arguments, relationships have a lot of stresses, relationships have a lot of problems, and all because you're too exhausted to cope, or because you can't cope anymore. And unfortunately, so many people are unable to see the signs of burnout. If you ever have a friend or family member in a similar situation and you're struggling to understand how to deal with their crisis, then my advice would be just to reach out, just to take them for a coffee, sit down, have a general conversation about this and that, about the weather, and then ask them directly, are they okay? And don't take their first answer as, yeah, I'm fine, there's no problem, because it's not okay. And if you have an inkling that they're struggling, then you need to delve deeper into how they really feel. So ask again, and if required, ask a third time. I know at my peak burnout, I know when I was struggling the most, what I really needed was for my friend at the time to see that. What I really needed was my friend at the time to pop round for a coffee and just make sure that I was okay. Just to be there, just to reach out and hold my hand, and for me to know that I wasn't completely alone. So my advice, if you want to be a good friend to someone in a similar situation, then just take the time out of your day and just give them an hour and delve into whether they are struggling or not, and delve into whether they and just be straight up with them. Just say, look, I think you're not, I think something's not right here. I think you need help. And then just go from there. Be a good friend and reach out.